Ready, fight!
All right, here we go. Battle of the big man, Lovato, Evangelista. They have some, Evangelista getting aggressive with those collar tie shucks.
Right
and
away.
they have a little history too. They've competed before, I think mostly in the gi, but you know, when Pedro Mourinho withdrew from the competition, coincidentally, both Lovato and FloGrappling's team thought of Evangelista as the candidate, being a local Houston grappler, and it just made a lot of sense. So great to see Lovato step up in weight, taking on Evangelista. Much, much different game than Pedro Mourinho.
Yeah, and that foot sweep there, Evangelista very good in the foot sweep and sort of judo-esque department. So we'll see how Lovato's wrestling. You know, wouldn't be questionable to see him on a single or double. We'll see if Evangelista can clear him out using some of the uchamadas that judo play. So I would say for Evangelista, it's probably going to be, I don't know how his cardio is going to be. He's going to have to pace himself. I don't know how, you know, obviously Lovato coming in with a very fiery camp, ready for a title, ready, you know, Evangelista, I don't know if he'll be quite ready for that, so he may have to pace himself here.
Man, Evangelista is getting pretty aggressive with that shuck on the arm there, a la Shinya Yoki with the little short arm bar.
Yeah. Collar ties. Maybe, I mean, I just don't know if I would see a flying arm lock, but this is like quintessential flying arm lock territory.
Lovato has competed in the one stage a couple times before. Big names like Nicholas Marigali, Gilbert Torino Burns. Recently had that amazing match with Elder Cruz in Oklahoma City, where he took the back after that sweep, got the rear naked choke. Of course, Lovato, you know, multiple-time world champion, Brazilian national champion. He's won every single title out there. And, you know, he was really, really focused on that Who's Number One championship belt. Yeah, I remember him actually sending me a message saying, send me a picture of the belt because I want to vision what it's going to look like on my mantle. He's big into the vision boards.
Yeah, it makes sense. They work. I think Evangelista might be, really need to be careful of a sort of a blast double to a single attempt here. He's getting a little bit square, and this happens when you start to stand up a little square. Rafael's doing they've both been doing very heavy-handed hand fighting here, looking for underhooks, collar ties. Sort of sets the stage for someone to be lulled into a blast double. Pot at the knee there. You don't really have to have blood. You can see a foot sweep for Evangelista when he tries to clear that collar tie and fails. It's also a very good time for that left foot to paw. Right there it is, that left foot to paw out there. Soto to attempt.
So do you think that this is going to be Evangelista's strategy for the duration, is just collar tie foot sweeps and maybe set something up a little lower, like a single double attack, or is it just going to continue just to kind of club and try to foot?
I think it's a very good strategy for him, coming in with who knows what kind of training camp. He's efficient in the standing position. We know that. We've seen him do this before with the foot play. Foot sweeps are typically very low risk, low energy. There's a nice arm drag double though.
Beautiful takedown by Rafael Lovato Jr. Arm drag to the double in a similar position that he was in with Elder Cruz, but this time on the top position.
And Evangelista does have this.
Yeah.
He has an exceptionally good closed guard. He's very good at that waiter sweep.
And he's good at the waiter sweep. He sets up even wrist locks from the bottom position. His closed guard game is second to none. So Lovato's got to be real careful. And right in this position, that's where Evangelista finds a lot of openings.
He does. He does. The waiter sweep can be an off balance into an arm lock attempt. It could be all kinds of things.
Or into that high side guard like Shanji Ribeiro likes to play.
Yep. Lovato doing a good job getting up, have the knees on both sides of the hips, sort of monitoring the hips with the knees. Got to be careful having that arm in the middle there against somebody with a very, very dangerous closed guard. So he's doing a good job here. Lovato's feet could come in a little bit, I would say, to narrow that in. that's why you get that weight kind of comes forward when your feet get too wide. And he's probably trying to be uber careful about that lumberjack by widening those feet, but then it's hard to stay up, really. It's hard to get up.
Evangelista, Pan Am champ, European champion. And it looks like Rafael Lovato's getting the judges' favor so far.
This is good for Lovato.
Yeah, and I was going to say, it's very rare to see Lovato kind of concede in these positions right from here. This is where his passing system, he's very solid on top. And it'd be interesting to see how Evangelista deals with this position. But once Lovato starts this timeless jiu-jitsu passing system, he normally ends up getting the pass and scoring or getting to the back.
Yeah, and it's just a wearing down, right? You can see you can see Evangelista is getting already, looks like he's put a lot of energy into these things. And
he gave up the back position. He's got to be careful there. Lovato, one arm under the shoulder. Looks like he's getting that grip, and now going to a head and arm.
Yep.
Even just to hold the position, it's a good strategy. Just to kind of maintain and not let him go to his knees.
That's right. The Katagatame, you have the Yoko Katagatame, which is side Katagatame in this scenario. You have the GIF wrap. If he is going to take the back, I think he was really thinking about Katagatame there for a minute.
Oh, similar to Elder Cruz. Takes the back, goes for the arm, but now switches to the triangle. Gets the submission. Rafael Lovato Jr. does it again. Submission victory over the big man, Ricardo Evangelista. What a win. Wow.
Yeah, that was such a nice sequence of events there. He went to take the back, tried to do the rear naked, and as Evangelista's back tried to hit the floor, right into the triangle. Very nice.
Used those long legs to just suck him into that reverse triangle or to the triangle, and just an awesome submission win. Let's take a look at the replay there. You mentioned Lovato going for that head and arm attack. Evangelista exposed his back. Lovato was on the attack. He sits up, goes for the back take, goes for the rear naked, shoots the leg over the shoulder, wraps it up, put a fork in him, and he was done. Amazing victory by Lovato. Let's take a look at another angle there. Rear naked choke attempt, used that right leg over the shoulder, locked up the triangle, and Evangelista tapped right away. Congratulations, Rafael Lovato Jr.
And your winner by submission, out of the red corner, Rafael Lovato Jr.
All right, here we go. Diego Hayes versus Keith Krikorian. You couldn't ask for a different stylistic matchup. Keith loves to wrestle. Diego does too, but Keith is a leg lock master, but he's so good all around as well. Diego, look at that wrestling, that Melky Galvão style, collar tied to the foot sweep right away. Yeah,
his standing game is so sharp. It's going to be interesting to see what comes after that. You know, in ADCC, he did very, very good to score the points and the takedowns, et cetera, et cetera. Here's a different rule set, so he's not only going to have to look great on the feet, but then what I would expect is for him to look to hunt the back, and especially off of the takedown. So.
Oh, beautiful attempt there by Keith. Diego gets to the top position right away. These guys are coming out fast and furious here, Sean Williams.
Keith tries a lateral drop there off of Diogo's forward pressure. But Diogo simply just pulled his leg right out of that potential entanglement there. So,
you know, I recently chatted with Damian Maya about the whole Melky squad. He told me Diego Hayes is one of the most intelligent grapplers he's ever rolled with. He said his wisdom on the mat and the way he's able to strategize in every single roll and every single match, it's so far beyond his age. It's just such a level of experience that Damian was just super impressed with.
Yeah, and he really showed that on ADCC, I think.
Yeah.
And so I would expect nothing less here of just pressure, keeping his legs free, choosing his time, guillotine attack.
Nice little bite on the chin there. Yeah, Diego's looking good. Diego's looking good.
Yeah. That was a nice attack on the neck there, just to get that cross-side position. And again, if he just throws these threats and his threats and his threats of not only displaying his wrestling, but especially if we see him start to really work on the guillotine attacks here.
Mentioned Diogo Reis, the current ADCC champion. He's won the Pan Am Championships, nationals in Brazil. He's won pretty much every major jiu-jitsu title there is. Won the trials to earn his spot into ADCC. Had a win over Esteban Martinez, who's number 114. And definitely known for his strong use of wrestling, especially, like you said, to get to that back control. And, you know, he exuberates a kind of pressure you don't often see from a lot of featherweights.
Nice, and he's so fast. I'll tell you what Krikorian's going to really need to do is stay stuck on Diogo, which is really going to be the problem. Like, maybe he might get a leg entanglement, but can he stay above the knee? Is he going to have that tightness to be able to hold him? Very nice, just shut bys, beautiful combinations on these takedowns. Krikorian trying a little blast double. And
the arm drag to the single leg, on the leg. Brilliant strategy by Keith Krikorian. Uses the ankle lock attempt to get to the top position.
100%.
That was awesome.
That was beautiful. He used the single leg defense to just sit down. When the leg came to the outside, he pulled and sat right into the leg and then used that as a sweep. Exactly as you said. That was beautiful. Picture perfect how you can use...
Look at that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. This bracket is ridiculous. Yeah, it really is. It is so ridiculous.
The level that we're seeing of the passing, the arm drag to that single leg by Diogo was just split-second precision. Now on top, putting pressure on Keith, and just side-by-side movement. Look at the pace Diogo has here. Keith is just so good, using that left leg shield there. And as you said, as we mentioned earlier, that takedown that he hit, you know, by picking up the single from the arm drag, drop to the ankle lock, use it to get on top. Brilliant strategy. I wonder how many times we're going to see that, or what other types of variations we're going to see from Keith to get on top of Diogo, or just to control him, because, man, Diogo's so squirrely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's what I always stress with my students is standing grappling doesn't have to essentially be you putting the person down. You just have to end on top. Like, you have to end in a good position. So that the unique aspect of our sport is you can use a lot of different variations of variety to end on the top, even if you are not the one that pursued the takedown initially.
You have to get their hips to the mat. How you do that, it's up to you. It's up for you to be creative, whether it's a takedown or a guard pull and sweep. But however you're able to get those hips down and how you react off it is really the question there. Man, Diogo's just, again, is, you know, been nonstop. He's just been putting this pace on.
Yeah.
And red, judges favor Diogo so far. As you said, this division, beautiful takedown again by Diogo Reis. Super stacked 145 bracket.
Yes, it is. There's a nice little cross trip there. Both of them have hit on these little arm drag cross trips now, and it's in almost a clash of heads there. Both guys take shots almost the same time.
And the winner of this, if you look along on the bracket, will face the winner of Ash Williams and Gabriel Souza, which is another, you know, barn burner. Many times grappling promotions say that all of the matches are, you know, main events in other promotions, but I could say this with all authenticity: the Night of Champions truly is one of the greatest cards put together. This bracket is sick. The 170 bracket. Are you kidding me?
100%.
Then we got the women's matches, and then we got the main event. The King Gordon Ryan makes his return. This is just going to be an awesome match. Keith picking up that single leg. Beautiful takedown right into a triangle. Diogo Reis does the inverted triangle, or sorry, the triangle on the opposite side there.
That's right. Opposite side triangle. Let's see if he can. I like the hug around the knee. Now he should go to the front triangles. Krikorian's arm is in the front, so that's difficult to finish. As soon as the arm drifts to the front, it's time to switch from opposite to front triangle, and Diogo held that opposite triangle. Krikorian slipped right out. Both guys attacking off the single leg defense there. So Diogo with a flying triangle.
8 minutes, 24 seconds left in this match. The winner moves on to the finals. Oh, Keith with the beautiful leg lock attempt. Goes for the heel now on Diogo. Diogo spinning out.
That was a close position. He did have the knee deep enough. Just couldn't quite hold Diogo in place well enough.
Sean, I don't know about you, but what I see is Keith getting fired up here.
Yeah.
He's starting to really turn up the pace.
He may be gaining a little confidence, and he's now able to execute a few different things with relatively good success. So nice slide by. Beautiful.
Eddie Bravo in the corner of Keith Krikorian, Melky Galvao in the corner of Diogo Hayes. This has been a war from start to finish. We're starting until now, 7 minutes left, 7.5. Diogo with the pass attempt there.
Still got to get by that near knee though. Might do that.
I can't even remember how many takedowns Diogo has hit so far.
Yeah, it's
been crazy.
It's been a very active match on the feet. Fun to watch. So over tie for Diogo. Inside tie for Krikorian. Got deep around the back there.
Beautiful timing on that body wrap there. Now Diogo sits back for a heel hook, but Keith uses the opportunity to get on top.
Yeah, he missed that heel hook. He tried to sit quick on it, but he just missed it. Krikorian brings himself to the top. Sumigashi there. Let's see if he can pummel this right leg on top of the shin there. He could pummel that left leg to the inside as well. It's just not necessary. So he's got a near side underhook. The left side is Diogo. He's got to drive his head up and wide to the right.
And this is a good passing strategy for especially somebody with, you know, like Keith, who really likes to tangle the legs, to either go for submission or use that to get to the top position. Diogo doing a great job here. And that little space there is enough for Keith to get underneath Diogo, so he's definitely got to be careful there.
Yeah, you see Diogo most likely grabbing that wrist right there. No, he's not really monitoring that wrist. Can't really see from our angle, but that's the side that Krikorian wants to dive underneath on.
Remember, you know what he has right here.
Restart the action here right away. They're tangling up. Keith Krikorian and Diogo Hayes for the 145 championship belt. It's a vacant belt. We never actually had a champion here who's #1. So winner of this faces the winner of Ash Williams and Gabriel Souza coming up next.
So slide
yeah, for the foot sweep.
Yeah.
That is becoming a staple technique of the Melky Galvao school. See Mika Galvao and others utilizing that technique constantly.
Krikorian's did a good job of winning the insides. He's doing a great job of winning some of these tie-ups in here. Now he's got the over tie.
Diogo gets a second judge's favor.
Krikorian's got to be careful of that forward pressure, getting a little too carried away with walking forward. You got to be a little cautious with that. Nice entry.
Man, Keith Krikorian is just, again, he's just amazing takedown attempts and just transitions off of them. Just so impressive.
Now sliding right through. See if he can stay down low enough. He does.
Diogo goes for the arm. Double on the wrist there. Keith slips out. Now Diogo grabbing the leg. Probably going to suck it up into that 50-50. Keith not having it, attacking Diogo's foot right away. A little bit of a break in connection there. He almost had a submission there.
Yeah, it was very close.
Well, we've gone 3 for 3 with submissions tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one ends in sub as well.
I think Diogo just missed. He landed on the knees rather than turning right to face the legs right away. Allowed Krikorian to get his arm out. Initially looked deep, very fast. So
What are you doing 3 minutes, right? What can we do in 3 minutes? A lot. Let's go.
The one thing that really impresses me as well as Diogo is just his ability to just change from guard to guard. And Keith attacks the leg one more time, but may have had a little poke there or something. But yeah, Diogo's ability to transition in guard and his guard recovery game is so smooth. It's just such a clash of styles, and I think that's what's making this match so exciting.
yeah, that knee bar was deep for a split second. Diogo did a good job of holding the foot.
Beautiful counter, and gets to the back as Diogo Hayes now looking for the head and arm, trying to get to that back position. Man, this match has just been non-stop action.
Yeah, good defense by Krikorian. He might just throw that left leg over the top if Diego's not careful here, and then enter back on the leg. I don't.
And what's funny is the other match in this bracket, you know, Gabriel Souza and Ash Williams, kind of similar stylistically matchups. You know, you have a submission hunter, leg locker, like Ash Williams going against Gabriel, who's a little bit more of a, you know, positionally sound, and you know, loves that outside passing game, and so it's very similar to Diogo.
You're
so
right.
it'd be interesting to see what happens next here. Diogo with the pass one more time. So fast.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He's going to get by. See if he uses his knee to clear off that hand and the hip there. Just put that knee right over the top. Clear that hand on the hip. Just made it to north-south.
Scramble and disconnection. Keith on top now, trying to pass again. Now at this point, you know, Keith's had several attempts, but I feel like the judges are probably going to be calling this for Diogo so far. But at this, you know, with a minute and a half left, 90 seconds, anything could happen.
Yeah. Diogo doing a good job of keeping his feet on the inside. I think he did a good, wise move by putting that butterfly hook there. Keith trying to get a near side underhook, please. He's just too high. Diogo's keeping that hand posted. You can see that right elbow swim to the middle there. Yeah, I think Diogo has been able to control kind of where this contest has gone pretty consistently, but Krikorian has had some very nice attacks.
Nice little defense there by Diogo. Keith right up on a single. Diogo now to the omoplata defense. Again, these guys are just, the pace and the transition and the connection from technique to technique is unbelievable. This has got to be a contender for match of the year for sure. This has been awesome.
Yeah, there was a nice little throw by with that underhook. You see how far he's keeping his hips away. He's making sure Krikorian can't try to roll or dive through like that. And then beautiful guard pass. Just the left arm was in great position, and basically Krikorian passed his own guard there as Diogo just let his legs go.
20 seconds left. Diogo stalking that back. Looking for the arm once again is Diogo Hayes.
There's that leg over, but Diogo brings the knee in easy.
5 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and that is it. What a match. Back and forth. We saw everything in this match. Takedowns, sweeps, guard pass, submission attempts, arm bars, triangles, omoplata, leg locks, you name it, the techniques were there. Let's take a look at that replay. We see Keith attacking Diogo's legs constantly. Diogo slipping out. Final seconds of the match. Keith was unable to get the submission, but man, so so impressed by both of these young men. Keith Krikorian once again putting on a clinic, and Diogo Hayes just looking so good here at who's #1 Night of Champions. We're gonna announce the winner here in a sec. That was a lot of energy expended, so
yeah,
interesting to see how they get into their next match. But let's see what the judges have decided here.
And your winner, by decision, out of the red corner, Diogo Hayes.
Diogo Hayes, the winner of the first match in the 145-pound division. The Megalodon defeats Keith Krikorian by decision. All right, here we go. Gabriel Souza and Ash Williams, 15-minute match. This is the second match in the 145-pound bracket. Winner of this faces Diogo Hayes in the finals later on tonight. And very, as I mentioned earlier, similar stylistically to what we just saw. You know, Ash Williams, a submission master. Gabriel Souza, you know, really good top game, a lot of pressure. Very similar to Diogo Hayes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, coming into this, I said, you know, hey, I feel like Ash could win this thing if this, like, I mean, any of these guys could win this thing.
Yeah.
But he's got the tools in the right areas, right? This is where Gabriel Souza has the advantage here. But look, he's in a deep guillotine. He's in a very deep guillotine. He pops his head out. What's going to be the challenge in this match is to survive the consistency that Gabriel Souza has. He puts a consistent pace throughout the entire time, and he paces himself very, very good. And that's what I believe one of his strongest assets is. He just understands how to pace himself and wear his opponents down.
Gabriel Souza opens things up with the takedown now inside the closed guard of Ash Williams. As we mentioned earlier, Ash Williams is a submission master, submission hunter, looking right away for those legs. Gabriel Souza withdraws from the position, back to the feet here.
Gabriel looking really good on the feet. Dealing with these collar ties well. You can see him gripping that elbow, pulling it in, shuck that by, a little bob and weave if he needs to.
Beautiful arm drag attempt there by Ash Williams, countered by Gabriel.
Yeah. Gabriel's head is in great position.
Gabriel's got two world-class coaches in his corner, JT Torres and who's #1 champion, Fionn Davies. Beautiful flying omoplata there by Ash Williams.
That's right.
That's a first in who's #1 history. Opens up, gets to the back, does Gabriel Souza. Goes for the rear naked right on the face there. Gabriel really wants to end this quick.
That was beautiful. What a fantastic back take. Ash needs to get his hip to the floor immediately. So get that hand like an X, defend that cross strangle that's coming in, and get your hip to the floor.
You know, we tell the athletes here at Who's #1, whether you win or lose, if you're going out there and putting it all on the line, that's what we want to see back here in this event. And Ash Williams did just that. You know, risk versus reward. He threw a flying omoplata, Sean Williams. I don't think you would be advising him to do that in this match, but he doesn't care because he wants to put on a show. And you know what? He's doing it. But Gabriel Souza, just the ever tactician, was able to counter that. Gets to the back, was slapping on a rear naked choke, and he's in great control right now.
Yeah, Ash just got caught. When he tried to come out of that and go to the single, Gabriel just countered beautifully. So let's see if he keeps this underhook on, gets an underhook. He's going to accept close guard here as Gabriel. So he could have went to the top pretty easily. Maybe he's a little worried if he goes to the top, Ash will get in on a leg. And
it'd be interesting to see, you know, what happens here. I feel like Ash is going to try to stand, to pass, open things up, potentially looking for the legs. And I see Gabriel potentially trying to get up really quick or, you know, lacing his legs around. Not really sure if we're going to see Gabriel, you know, attacking arm bars and triangles from the closed guard position, but you never know. Just a grinding match. Is, you know, very similar to the first one. Really good pace, you know.
Double overhooks here. Let's see if Gabriel can get the hips out a little bit. Ash just trying to get some sort of inside tie long enough to be able to look like to start to even stand up, but Gabriel did a good job of pulling him forward and putting his hands back on the mat, which makes standing up very, very difficult to stand up well, especially when you're not the more physical of the two.
Nice little hip bump sweep attempt there by Gabriel. Minutes left in this match with the judges' favor.
Red.
Judges favor Gabriel Souza so far.
Souza looking to walk the legs up. Ash really still hasn't been able to keep his back on the floor, Gabriel's back on the floor with inside ties long enough to be able to get up. And there he's trying to stand up, but again, Gabriel doing a great job of pulling him forward, getting the hands back to the mat, and now he's up now.
And Ash's ability to adapt to positions, look at that.
Well, that's a heel hook, though, for Gabriel
Yep.
Souza. Ash's legs pretty deep in that 50-50 position.
Man, as soon as Gabriel sees an opening, he jumps on stuff.
He is very dynamic, but again, like, then you can see how he's very dynamic, and then he slows it back down and starts to pace himself again.
Left in this match. Ash Williams on top, trying to get that knee through. Gabriel Souza doing a great job of defending.
Ash needs to get over that bottom leg unless he's going to try to slide underneath it. See him try to circle his leg over the top, but that knee shield with that bottom leg can be a little bit of a problem. This is where leg weave territory can come into play, unless he's thinking that he's going to jump on the leg. But it's a back step. It's the knee.
Seven minutes left in this match. Ash Williams, Gabriel Souza, winner takes on Diogo Hayes for the 145-pound championship. Gabriel with a nice arm drag to the back, gets to the top position.
Beautiful. Just took advantage of where Ash's arm was posted against that knee shield. So Gabriel's in a similar scenario here. See if he does a right-handed leg weave, trying to beat the hips. He does.
And there's so many little battles, Sean, you know, that happens in just these little positions here. Even just getting that left foot butterfly hook, it just wins, like little victories here for confidence and also for position that counts for so much and pays dividends later on in the match, you know.
Absolutely, that little butterfly hook, the battle on that far side. These are all big things that are going on that don't take a lot of movement.
Gabriel with the knee cut passing again.
And this is where he's real strong. Passing all the way to north-south, he'll wear you out. And he's very strong here.
Beautiful back take attempt there.
Yes, he's got it.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
What a back, like I said, every time he sees an open, he just jumps on positions and submissions. Gabriel, very dynamic, but Ash Williams, beautiful escapes, slides out, gets to the top position once again.
Yeah, that was a fantastic back take. And now Ash, this is the position Ash's arm was in before I was talking about it. This is it's risky to leave your hand out that far against the leg, the knee shield, and if you're not careful, that drag can happen. Flash of an eye. Sometimes that knee shield, you leg weave that, it helps your arm position a little bit better.
Judge's favor, red.
All right, our second judge's favor for Gabriel Souza.
Yeah.
It's been a scrap, but Gabriel's, getting to positions. He's getting the back. He's doing a great job with the attacks. Ash has just, been phenomenal this match too, but it's, Gabriel is winning the battles positionally.
Absolutely. He's looked so sharp too.
Yeah.
So crisp. So everything that he does has been very, very sharp.
I know he had a challenging weight cut, but he's just looking on point.
He is. Ash is really going to see if he leaps that left leg over. He tried to come up to a drag.
Now, Gabriel attacking the leg.
Yeah,
he's got a nice little bite there.
Yeah.
Ash using the opportunity to get on top. And Gabriel used it for a knee bar attempt on Ash Williams. Gets the submission. Gabriel Souza with the knee bar. Wow, that was awesome.
That was a great attack. Ash's leg was just hanging out in there way too long, and Gabriel turned that into a straight knee bar.
Yeah, if you give Gabriel Souza anything, he is going to bite it. Yeah. He inverts, gets the legs. Ash spun out, got that heel, straightened the leg out, put the pressure, and gets the win.
Yeah, there was nowhere else for Ash to go in that position, so. Man, Gabriel looks good. That's a very impressive performance.
And your winner, by submission, out of the red corner, Gabriel Souza.
Gabriel Souza advances to the finals against Diogo Hayes later tonight for the 145-pound Who's Number One championship title. To kick things off, this match is one of the most anticipated of tonight's event. Sean Williams. We have Mika Galvão, the man from Manaus, one of the most unorthodox grapplers. People have been looking at this kid since he was a blue belt, tapping out black belts in challenge matches in Brazil. Then you got Jay Rodriguez fighting out one of the toughest gyms in Austin, Texas, the B team. He's got Nicky Rod, he's got Craig Jones, he's got all those phenomenal grapplers there. Just such a clash of styles.
Yeah, you're right. It's Jay Rod's wrestling. Looks incredible. He's got very good ducks, which is good. He's trying to get to the back. That left side, depending on the grip over there, if Galvão isn't too careful, could be exposed for a duck. But
we saw J-Rod recently with one of the craziest submission defenses ever in quintet. Mika Galvão said he's been studying, J-Rod a little bit. He's looking at the footage, so we'll see what kind of submission attempts Mika could look to go for. I think, judging that comment, it would make more sense to look for him to go for the back and, you know, go for rear naked chokes and stuff like that, because it's going to be really, really challenging to submit J-Rod with an armbar.
Yeah, or maybe use the arm lock to get to something different. But,
man, I gotta admit, I got goosebumps. This is one of those matches that, you know, a lot of people have been buzzing about. When it got announced online, I think everyone knew that this was going to happen. And just think the next match, PJ Barch, Andrew Tackett, winner faces the winner of this match. This 170-pound bracket is stacked.
it is. It's unbelievable. That J-Rod doing a good job positionally. Like, there's a nice little shot. But he's getting hands on well. Oh, nice duck. J-Rod's got that underhook, see if he'll try to throw by. But, you know, you still have to get by the judo defense of Mika Galvão or the flying arm locks. I mean, you get an underhook, and it doesn't necessarily mean a lot with his overhook. So there's a nice little duck under attempt.
Nice arm drag attempt there by J-Rod.
Yeah, but Mika nearly re-dragged that.
They've both had interesting years. You know, J-Rod actually had I believe he had a collarbone injury, maybe if I'm mistaken, in the earlier part of the year, so he took a little time off, and then he's been really active in the last month or so. And then Mika has been competing consistently throughout the year, gi and no gi, but he had a severe injury with his knee, rehabbed it, he's back in action here. And interesting, like I said, he's, you know, going out there competing gi and no gi, same weekends, event to event, but he's been off for a year here at Who's Number One. So be interesting to see, you know, how he performs. Mika jumps to the close guard, looks for a leg of J-Rod, now uses the opportunity to get to the top position.
That's what I mean right there. You know, it's that jumping attack in on the leg and then just took the back off. Look at, you know, he really combines these things well right into the mount. He's got the arm. He's going to walk this arm on this left side, try to get, looks like what will hopefully turn into a Katagatami for him. He could also, yeah, to see how when he abandons this grip, if he can walk that arm up. There he goes. And J-Rod's going to want to do some little bumps to get that hand back in there. Mika can just stay right here. One hand to get out of the mount is a tough ordeal if Mika crosses his feet. He still did it.
J-Rod's got a nice head and arm.
Yep.
I blinked for a second, all of a sudden I see them jumping on each other.
Yeah, he cleared him out with a stiff arm, and then Mika tried a flying guillotine, essentially.
This is just such a great stylistic match. You know, both love wrestling. You know, Mika more so inclined to pull guard if he has to, but both love submissions. You know, both just excellent all around.
Yeah, they can both make things happen from their wrestling, which is really good. Like, they can both get to the back well.
Shot there by J-Rod.
Oh, in on the arm tight.
Beautiful armbar attack by Mika Galvão. J-Rod twisting and turning, trying to escape. Mika Galvão has that arm, and look at the escapes by J-Rod over and over and over again.
Now he can take the back here. That's what.
And he gets out. Jay Rodriguez with the back escape. Wow.
There's that arm lock defense, and that's really you take a page out of Vinny Magalhaes' book in ADCC many years ago when he was turned completely sideways, getting out of that arm lock.
Judge in favor. Red.
Mika Galvão gets the second judge's favor, or sorry, the first judge's favor. My bad. But, man, that was awesome.
Yeah, and really what J-Rod's doing is just trying to elevate the shoulder that's stuck in the arm lock. He's turning sideways. And then it really gives you a lot of maneuverability on the elbow, right? It's hard to break the elbow if the shoulder isn't isolated. The less isolation you have of the shoulder, the less pressure on the elbow. So it really looks bad, but it's not really, like, dislocatable in that position. You know, it's hard, very difficult. Mika did the right thing to face those legs, but J-Rod just kept turning out. Now, it will be interesting to see if Mika gets another deep arm lock, if J-Rod has the energy to do that entire sequence again. That took him about 4 times. There's about 3 or 4 arm locks that he had to get out of right there. And that'll be interesting to see how much energy he has left to do those kind of counters.
You talk about super fights, talk about the new generation of jiu-jitsu. I don't think there's any other 2 young men that exemplify the new generation of modern grappling, modern jiu-jitsu, other than Mika Galvão and Jay Rodriguez. Just 2 masters of the craft in all aspects of the game, whether it be standing or on the ground.
Yeah, that's right. J-Rod doing a good job of these heavy collar ties. Trying to stay on Mika's head a little bit. Trying to cross triple Kuchikari, dropping into a double there, but I think this is good for J-Rod. He's pulling in on the head. Mika really doesn't have the best defense there on that collar tie at the moment. He's sort of letting that weight come through rather than either pulling himself to attach or clear it. There's again this nice snap down.
Oh, nice takedown by J-Rod. Gets sucked in right into the head and arm, though. He's got to be careful. That's a really strong position that Mika Galvão is known for. But J-Rod doing a great job defending, breaks connection. Man, this match is
great.
It's awesome.
And I think those collar ties from the feet are good for J-Rod. Again, Mika not really doing a great job of clearing those things out. This can wear you out.
Mika Galvão got silver at the ADCC World Championship, but he's competed and won in pretty much every major competition in Brazil. 6-1 in Who's Number One matches, known for his unorthodox submission attempts from all angles. And he's got, you know, if you had to classify him, he's a counterattack armbar specialist, you know.
He's in on that leg. That was a beautiful little inversion. Let's see if he can capitalize on this. Yep.
Man, J-Rod looking so smooth, countering the takedown attempts of of Mika Galvão. J-Rod's got that lightning fast wrestling. You know, as we said before, he's got those buggy chokes from everywhere. Great escapes, endless cardio. And he's also a contestant of the Who's Next reality show. So he's got a ton of good experience against top-level guys. It's great to see another Who's Next contestant on the Who's Number One stage, and he's going to be potentially competing against another Who's Next contestant, which is Andrew Tackett, if he gets through Mika Galvão here.
Mika should go back to north-south, circle around. I like that. What he did there is pass the legs, went to north-south. Single. Looks like he's in a guillotine pretty deep here.
That looks tight.
Deep enough to get him on the mount. And now we've seen J-Rod struggle on the mount here now. We've seen him get pinned here and not be able to get out. So his arms are out of position, well out of position. This is tight.
Yeah, because J-Rod's thumbs up. He's like, oh, I'm good, don't worry.
This is what he needs to do. He needs to get that right forearm underneath the waist there so he can begin any type of sort of bridging and getting the left elbow back. Mika could use a right hand and push that wrist off.
Judges favor, red.
So Mika uses his right hand, grip at the wrist, and begin push. Now that's worse for J-Rod. Now the arm is out. He's not going to be able to get it back in there so well now. And you know he's thumbs up at the moment, but if Mika takes some of that pressure out and moves into a C-clamp grip. So from the mount, it's a little bit better to C-clamp and put your hip on the floor. That way you get lower. The problem with finishing the mount in this stop, now he's getting lower. If he puts that right hip on the floor, and C-clamps his hands to get a little bit wider base, that'll drop his shoulder lower to the ground. Now he's going stage 2, what I call. It's going to get tighter. Stage 3 is full cross side. It's going to get even tighter.
Yeah, but J-Rod giving the thumbs up, saying he's okay once again. Mika going back to mount. Very interesting.
Yep, right thing to do, I think. You don't finish, you go back to the mount, and then you need to take the slack out of the elbow. J-Rod has now moved his arm to the other side. Better for him.
So Mika's in mount. He's got the head and arm. And J-Rod's got to watch that right arm underneath the leg of Mika, because Mika could climb up for a triangle from the mount, a la Marcelo Garcia, Leo Vieira, ADCC 2011 finals.
Yes, he certainly could. He step right over to a mounted triangle. He's lost the underhook now. It's good for Jay. J-Rod could just hip up, hit a little kipping escape. Let's see if Mika can get that back. It's very slippery. Still got an underhook. He could remount here. Nope, J-Rod cleared him out nicely.
J-Rod with a little shoulder crunch attempt there. Mika makes connection. Or sorry, Mika gets to the feet now. J-Rod. Man, this has been a good match.
So good. Trying on the ducks. He's showing some ducks, a little super duck, and that's good because that could get him to the back, J-Rod. So, again, I like these collar ties. He's got an inside tie with that left hand. He can really snap Mika down. He can move him around. Mika right now is not addressing these collar ties very well. He's got to snap him off or deal with him on the elbow. Nice double. That's coming right here.
Thank you for turning that corner, J-Rod.
Yeah,
you almost went right into the table.
That's right.
Thank you.
Nice double shot, though.
Yeah. That was on.
That was on. It was.
If J-Rod wasn't such a gentleman, I think he would have smashed through.
I think so, too. They could have easily sent him right into our table.
Absolutely. Two minutes, 14 seconds left. It feels like Mika's getting a little tired.
Yeah, his pace is slow.
It's definitely changed.
I mean, he's thrown a lot of stuff at J-Rod,
yeah.
right?
But the thing is very Leandro Lo-esque. Mika will look tired and make, bait you into doing something, and that's where he does like a flying coyote guard arm. There, I just said it. That's right. That's where he does a flying attack, right? But he did that, not really attaining a connection.
Yeah.
And now J-Rod's in a good passing position here, looking for a knee cut. He's got to be careful, especially at the last minute and a half. J-Rod can turn on the pace. Look at that. J-Rod's still got some gas in that tank.
He does,
sure.
yeah, he does. He's going to come hard this last minute 20.
Just over a minute left.
Guy's hands clasped.
Beautiful dump by Mika Galvan right into the buggy choke.
Beautiful lateral drop.
Wow.
That was exceptionally nice timed.
Oh!
Little suplex action.
Mika having some fun. Look at the smile on his face. 30 seconds left. Wow. That was crazy.
That was.
That was the first, I think that was the first suplex we've seen here.
Yeah,
It was number one.
Like a
wow.
near pile driver-esque.
Stop!
Yeah, somebody just said it's 80, if they're off the mat, it's ADCC rules, go.
Yeah.
"13 seconds left in this match, Sean Williams. What a match. Mika with the counter. Gets to the top position. 7 seconds left. J-Rod with a little push away with the foot here. All smiles. They shake hands. What a match.
What a
awesome.
match. That's right.
Awesome.
That was a fantastic match.
You know, we see matches that we've had a lot of submissions tonight. We've had a couple of decisions. But when we say decision in that match, just that the name decision doesn't justify what occurred here. So many submission attempts, beautiful wrestling attempts, beautiful counters, flying everywhere. Mika Galvão does what Mika Galvão does. Beautiful job. And J-Rod, just relentless pace, getting caught in some submissions, escaping. We saw that crazy armbar. Here it is, 1, and then he goes again, 2, and then he's about to go again, 3, escapes the arm, and then a 4th time it gets out of that arm. Just crazy submission defense by Jay Rodriguez. We see that drop at the end. Mika dumped J-Rod. J-Rod almost goes for the buggy choke. Just an awesome match. Closing seconds. I wonder if we're going to see that suplex here. Here it is. Boom! What a highlight for this match. Just a super entertaining match. And we're going to go to the judges' decision officially now in a sec here. But I feel like we know who took home that win.
Yeah, absolutely. But a great performance by J-Rod.
Yeah.
That's some really nice stuff.
What a match. Yeah. Mika went over to say a few words to Nikki Ryan, who actually called for a match with Mika in the last season #1 after his victory over Renee Souza. But let's go to the judges' decision here.
And your winner, by decision, out of the red corner, Mika Galvão.
Mika Galvão gets the decision win in an all-out war with J-Rod. J. Rodriguez continues to impress. Beautiful job. Mika Galvão advances to the 170-pound finals here at the Who's Number One Night of Champions.
Jay, I think he's going to need to show some real spectacular submission defense in this, because I imagine he's going to get into some deep water.
Look at that little shot right away into Kimura now. It's PJ, but
It's a recent win. Who's Number One event. As we mentioned, Who's Next reality show alumni. Very aggressive. As you know, we say sometimes reckless attacking game, but he is everything that a grappling fan wants to see. A person that goes out there, goes for submissions, goes for takedowns, goes for it all. Looks like he got a little whack in the face here. Kind of a crazy scramble, but I think he took one in the eye during that.
Yeah, that was an exceptional leg entry. I mean, he hit that leg entry just beautifully. Sorry, it goes just too high. PJ just got too high on that.
And Tackett gets to the back of PJ Barch. It feels like a silhouette stretch could be coming here.
He's going to get that ankle. It's just a horrible position. PJ got stuck in, put his head between his legs. Tackett's on the back now. Going to be tacking the neck like crazy.
Man, Tackett is, as I said, everything a grappling fan wants to see. Just an aggressive young man. He actually has a match against Mika Galvão. I believe it was Mika's debut at Who's Number One. And be interesting to see if they meet in the finals. It's been a couple of years since their original match, but PJ Barch is a veteran. Man, that guy's won everything. He actually defeated JT Torres at ADCC 2022. So there's a big target on his back for the guy that took JT out of ADCC, right?
Let's see how they, what strategy here. Tackett's got a strangle if he puts the right arm on the other side of the neck. And called the Almeida guillotine. He's got this because he's the one winning the right side here. So he could elect to go after the neck on that far side, like a little arm and guillotine, but nope. trying to get to the back, falling off.
Omoplata attempt there by Tackett. And Sean, you know, when you're throwing up omoplata's no-gi, do you feel like it's a little bit of a risky move unless you're really kind of starting it from a close connection in the bottom, or is it worth the attempt just to kind of open things up?
Yeah, you really got to get the shoulder down. If you don't get the shoulder down, you can get it on the legs from it, so you can use it as an entry, but you definitely have to get pressure on the elbow and shoulder down on the floor. They're easy to limp arm out. When someone's on the standing position already. Nice Udagatami attempt.
PJ Barch on the top position. Tackett, little shove with the legs on Andrew Tackett.
That level changing for Tackett is really nice. Just
and I think that the blast doubles are very smart strategy for Andrew Tackett.
Judges' favor, red.
Looks like Andrew Tackett is ahead in the judges' favor. Yeah, as I was saying, a smart strategy to, you know, hit those blast doubles that Tackett's been doing. He's got to be careful when he attacks the single leg, because PJ's got a beautiful counter throw from there.
yeah, that was a nice exchange by both guys right there. It's like constant level change from Tackett, shot in, but PJ with a beautiful defense on that singles.
Tackett's fixing his hair.
And nice level changes again right there. There's feints, and he's already established that he can hit a double. So now those feints really mean something. I think that was a little, almost like a little flying arm lock that he showed right there.
Beautiful counter. Oh.
Coming right at us.
Yeah.
It's heating up now. Again, Tackett with those fakes. PJ on the head, but Tackett's just doing such a great job. There's an Uchimata attempt, nice Uchigari, back to the Uchimata, but then he countered really well by Tackett into a body lock. Beautiful. PJ hands on knees. That was an exhausting exchange right there.
Yeah, these guys are playing towards the outside a lot. But as I said, you know, Tackett's got to be careful because he's got a beautiful counter throw game, PJ Barch. We saw him use that against JT Torres.
Yep. Nice guillotine attempt. Just took advantage of PJ's head starting to get down. PJ's starting to look a little worn and torn. All these exchanges are just a lot of energy going in. And as you mentioned, Tackett with the endless gas tank. Just tap and go there for Tackett.
Once again, thank you for watching tonight's Tezos Who's Number 120 Night of Champions. You guys are watching and having a Who's Number 1 viewing party. Take a post on Instagram, hashtag Who's Number 1 Champs. Put it in the description there. Back to the action. Andrew Tackett. Again, nice low shot on PJ Barch. PJ getting back to the feet. Tackett now working to the table, working towards the edge of the mat. I mean,
PJ PJ able to capitalize, get to the top. He's got to clear this foot off. Tackett's going to look to figure four that leg. If he does get it figure forward, that left leg will give him the power to get PJ's right leg down, and that's going to expose that leg. There it is. He's now got to heal that. Expose the heel. PJ easily kicked out of that. Again, hands on knees for PJ Barch. These are exhausting exchanges.
For you guys at home, somebody yelled out, "Andrew, your hair's messed up." Andrew said, "Hold up, let me fix that for you." Awesome.
Tackett sort of winning the exchanges to the head now, a little bit quicker on the collar ties. There's an over tie, Barch. There's an underhook now. His hips are coming in. Works himself to the back here. That's a rough stoppage. Caught PJ Barch looking for a switch, but missed the leg. It's gonna be a rough. There we go. More a crucifix. So let's see what he elects to do. I'd like to see him come to the top. There he does, but
we're about 30 seconds away, for the second judge's favor. But I have to expect that Andrew Tackett's going to get that one as well.
Yeah. So. PJ gets his hands locked, gets around the corner.
Beautiful throw.
Yep, nice hip toss. Got around the corner nice, and Tackett tried to put his leg up there. He should pull out right now, because otherwise.
Judges favor, red.
We talk about the omoplata. Tackett went for it.
Yeah.
But as you said, PJ's shoulder nice and high, so he wasn't really able to put a staple on that.
Yeah, more weight down on that elbow. Sometimes you can get the elbow just right, but he just limp armed out.
People are calling for the Butter Panther, the nickname of PJ Barch. PJ recently competed in the quintet event in Japan. He actually had a match against Kazushi Sakuraba. How cool is that?
His back step, but Tackett just comes out and clears out nice. A nice double leg. Let's see if he drives him down to the ground. Yep, he's kind of had that far knee. PJ got that Uchimata again. He's trying to get to the back. Beautiful set of movements there. And
energy up.
3 minutes, 37 seconds left in this match. Whoever wins this faces Mika Galvão in the finals for the 170-pound championship. Here, who's #1 Night of Champions. We call it Night of Champions because it's the first time ever in the history of Who's #1 we've had this many championship bouts, brackets. We got returning champions, and we got, of course, the main event return of the King, Gordon Ryan, against Patrick Gaudio. Two incredible women's matches coming up later on.
Nice move by PJ to get around to the back off that low single lift.
Oh, look at the counter of Tackett there, though.
Oh.
That was straight up breakdancing to get out of that one.
It's a good position here. We'll get this right underhook. He might jump over on the leg there, but trying to get on the knee bar. Decent attempt there. Tackett with that left hand in that underhook position. I like that for him. He's going to put his head on that floor. He's just going to backstep though. He's going to lift it head this way backwards. Step over the leg, see if he just gets in there nice and tight on the head and arm. PJ trying to go for a triangle. It's good that he controlled that wrist. That far side wrist is always such a big battle.
Deep hook, elbow deep.
PJ trying to throw the leg over and get in on the leg here. He's trying.
Oh. Man, for a split second when he twisted that knee out, that was pretty dangerous. But now Tackett, if he can backstep out and look to get to the back from this position, PJ's got to be careful here.
He's looking for a back take early, now just backstep out.
PJ making space.
Inside, let's go. Get inside.
Nice shot, cut the corner. Tackett trying to wrestle back up.
44 seconds left in a grueling 15-minute bout between Andrew Tackett and PJ Barch. PJ with trying to counter. The attack again. Tackett looking to get to the back. PJ slipping out. They're all over this back.
Man, they both had some incredible positions there where Tackett had the body lock. PJ tried to Uchimata, but Tackett stepped in the front. There's a grappling match that could be Rocky 2 where they're just slugging it out. It might be this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both guys exhausted, but man, they're still pushing.
Hopefully they don't both fall at the final seconds.
PJ still trying to get in on the leg.
And that is it. Time has expired. What a grueling 15-minute match. Andrew Tackett's looking for the, he wants to hear the crowd. Let's take a look at the replay. PJ and Tackett. What a fun match. Tackett, several back take attempts.
Yeah, this is the one that turned it, oh yeah, this is one he put the head between the legs. Basically a full Nelson right there, he had him in.
I was calling for the Sulev stretch, but he went full Nelson.
Yep.
Beautiful counter by PJ Barch, where they almost destroyed our table. Tackett fixing his hair for the ladies. And PJ again, watch this throw, boom.
Yeah.
Beautiful job, PJ Barch. But at the end, Tackett was just too much, I believe. I don't know who won, but if I had to bet some money, I think Tackett, you know, got more positions, was able to get more takedowns, although PJ did some beautiful jobs with the counters. Be interesting to see what the judges say and who is going to advance to take on Mica Galvão in the 170-pound final.
And your winner, by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Andrew Tackett.
Andrew Tackett is the winner and will face Mica Galvão. Wow. Yeah, wow indeed. I think that's going to be a crazy finals in this match.
And I think, yep, I would imagine she's going to use guard to just get right in on the legs. I think Brianna's going to have to do a very, very good job of fighting off a lot of leg entanglements, and keeping her legs on the inside is the way to do that. You win it with pummeling and underhooks. So stepping over that leg, very important, and then coming down with underhooks to not allow that other leg to get sucked into the middle. There, she's going to try to get that leg underneath. If Brianna feels that, she should turn and kick out almost immediately. Because that knee is getting closer and closer to becoming on an inside position here for Elizabeth Clay. Her right knee, you can see her right knee is now on the inside of that shin, so there it goes. Now she's got the leg. Brianna could back step, try to take the back, but she's got to get the knee out. She's doing a good job of trying to free her knee. There's that back take there. If she put the right knee in the hip, it's sat to her hip, but
I think it's just too tight.
It's very risky as well, and you've got to be very sure that your knee is out if you're going to use that approach. She could just keep turning away, really. Just keep sliding away, sit on her hip, use the other leg to get her legs out. Now she's circled back, which kind of gets her, you can really get your knee back in there and in trouble. She needs to keep moving away there. That's a better strategy. Use your other leg to start pushing and helping that opposite leg out. You can see that tight figure four by Elizabeth Clay there.
It's been 5 years since these athletes competed against each other. They've fought in countless events in the same division, but just never ended up facing off against each other. And as we both said, they've changed their games. They've won so many events since the last time they fought. So this is one of the most sought after matches in women's submission grappling right now. I was so happy that we were able to make this, and it definitely is living up to what we thought it would be. Elizabeth Clay attacking the legs right from the get-go. Brianna St. Marie doing a great job of defending.
Yeah, she got her leg out of there, but she's got to be careful of this. There's most likely a false reap will be coming over the top. So legs got to stay on the inside or kick out, or we need really solid underhooks. And Clay needs to do the opposite. She did a very nice leg entry in there and took her time. She did a really good job of taking her time, staying sticky on the leg.
And, you know, when Brianna gets into this kind of tight position, she's got a very unorthodox passing style from here. She doesn't go traditional crossface. She'll go over the shoulder, kind of past the head, and that exposes the underhook of the bottom athlete. I mean, a lot of times they'll go with that left arm and try to shoot for that underhook, which she loves because she's going to go for the guillotine or attack the Kimura, a la Fabio Holanda, the mastermind, the Kimura master. And as I said it there, she'll attack for that guillotine, but Elizabeth Clay, leg lock master. She got a little bit of space, just enough to enter her hips underneath, and now back on that leg.
Yeah, now Brianna's got her leg in good position, but she's got to get her upper body in better position. Her head was a little too far to the back, and that can get your leg sucked in there. That left leg has to go straight, and you have to get your upper body, your head position over your opponent's head, and that'll keep that left leg inside. You see how she's rooting it to the floor? That's the right thing to do. You have to straighten that leg and root it to the floor at the knee line, and then now her head's getting in better position.
You see Brianna's right hand underneath, looking for that choke. Looking to trap Liz Clay's left arm underneath there. threatening the submissions off the pass.
Yep.
Does Brianna St. Marie.
And that the left leg is, she's doing a great job of keeping it extended and straight and rooted into the floor at that knee, but the head, she's got to keep moving her head over the top of Clay's body and continue to drag. I mean, she's not going to sit on her own leg lock, because that would be a bit risky on someone like Clay. There, she's getting an underhook now. She's got to beat the elbow, does Brianna, and Clay needs to be careful that she doesn't overcommit on this leg.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not able to pummel the leg. She's got to be very careful that she's not overcommitting. There, no, she might get into the inside now. Brianna doing a good job of keeping that foot tucked and using that opposite foot to sort of monitor that calf. There, she sucked her leg on the inside. So now Brianna needs to move into the left knee hard, but keep the underhooks. Keep that underhook, move towards the left knee, and keep her head coming. This is a good position for her now. If she can stay tight, she's got Katagatami. She'll pummel this leg onto the inside. She can use her right foot right now to push down Clay's foot and pummel. There she goes. Good shot of that, but she got to keep that Katagatami. This is really good for Brianna right now. Very good position.
Brianna's got the head and arm working her way to the back. Is Brianna St. Marie. She's got her right arm right around the neck. It looks like there is a choke attempt getting set up, Sean Williams. And you know, Brianna is actually fighting up a division, because it's been a challenge to get her matches at 135. She actually fought, it's been quite a while since she fought at who's number one. The last match was with Maisa Bastos, which she won. Maisa actually went up in weight to face Brianna. But yeah, this is for the 145-pound title. We were going to do a catch weight, but we decided to make it a true championship. And Brianna, you know, going up in weight to face Liz Clay, two of the greatest female submission grapplers in modern jiu-jitsu. And that's the thing, they're both submission hunters, you know. Brianna loves the guillotines, head and arms, darces, bravos, and the Kimuras. And Liz Clay is going for those heel hooks, those knee bars. A lot of, you know, she's got a great close guard attack too.
Good defensive structure there for Clay. Brianna missed that underhook when she was coming up to the top now. She's got to be, I was going to say, she's got to be careful getting too far over Clay's head. Clay gets underneath and inverts, and Brianna needs to keep moving that leg away. And Clay could use this to come on top. There she goes. And I think this is a good move for her. She can always sit back on the leg when you're on top. As a matter of fact, getting the knee, conquering the knee line from the top is easier than from the bottom for all intents and purposes. When you have someone that can actually defend the legs well, getting above the knees much harder from the bottom than it is from the top. There's no consequence from falling on a leg for Clay if she gets a good bite on it. No consequences for points, I should clarify, because I mean the only consequence is you could bring your training partner onto the top if it fails. But
Liz now looking for that pass attempt on Brianna. The intensity on Liz with Clay here.
Yeah. Looks like she's trying to dominate the top arm down for potentially the Dar's strangle.
There it is.
Yeah.
And she's got to watch her legs here. We don't see it right now, but Brianna loves to hit that John Wayne sweep.
It's right here.
That's you know, her leg is not necessarily in the right position for it, but the angle and positioning of her body is correct. But yeah, Liz obviously knowing that, she's got to be careful here. Now Brianna taking the opportunity to attack the arm, but we'll see what Brianna does from this position. And she really does the John Wayne sweep to teeter, to make her opponent post with the left hand. She'll go for the back, or use it to fully sweep. She's really good at that position.
Yeah, it's all about that right wrist of Clay. If that right arm gets busy there, Brianna wraps that up. That's where that John Wayne can come out of nowhere, and it can move you for an underhook, as you mentioned. It can absolutely off balance you.
Why do they call it the John Wayne?
I named it that. That's why.
And why?
Because it looks like you're rolling around in a cowboy fight. That's essentially it. You know, it looks like the sweep should never work. It's so easy. It just looks like you're rolling around in the dirt, mats, but it just doesn't look like it should work at all. But it's one of the best sweeps in jiu-jitsu as far as efficiency goes, and it's really difficult to stop if it's when you get the timing right.
And we've seen Brianna do it so many times. If you want to check out a breakdown on YouTube, Marcelo Mafra, Ben Henderson, that Sean Williams broke down. It's a great video that explains that position.
Yeah, it's just a great, very versatile position. Underhook, sweeps, back takes. So let's see if she can get this arm around the head. That's the case. She can sit up into this octopus style guard. But
so a lot of things have changed in this position, in this match. You know, Brianna was sort of positionally dominant somewhat, and Liz was attacking a lot of the submissions. Now Liz, you know, on top and really trying to dominate positionally, trying to pass, trying to, you know, look at that crossface, just tons of pressure. So Liz is definitely in control in this match, and I feel like she's got the momentum to possibly win.
Yeah, and she did it with a leg attack.
Interesting judge's favor for the red for Brianna St. Marie. Maybe the timing of when they decided, but it's been a gritty match nonetheless.
There, she got her right arm back now. So she's recovered a little. Liz is nearly through the guard now. Brianna does wrestle up well from here on these singles.
Brianna St. Marie had an amazing run, back-to-back ADCC trials. I believe winning almost all matches by submission in 2021, 22. IBJJF World Champion No-Gi 2022. And Liz Clay, you know, multiple-time World No-Gi champ, World Pan No-Gi champ.
See if Elizabeth Clay just drops her left shoulder and opens that right knee. Yep, there it is. That you can pass this guard pretty easy from here. She puts her left shoulder on the floor, her forehead on the mat, opens up the right knee. It'll put her near the mount. Arm in guillotine, a very good way to pass the half guard. But you'll have to open the knee. She can't leave that knee on the floor on that near side. She's gonna have to open it up to the top hip like that. There's the shoulder on the floor. That's one of the key elements there. When you put the shoulder in the head on the floor, it really drives your right knee up to that top hip. You can really open up your right knee. Hard to hold the knee line when you're on the bottom when someone puts their head and shoulder on the floor because they come so far forward.
Less than 3 minutes left in this match. And Liz Clay has been very dominant these last few minutes. And, you know, it's like we're seeing a kind of like a new Liz Clay. Liz Clay really known for just going after submission. She's much more mature. She's showing her experience. And, you know, she is one of, if not the best female submission grappler in the world today. She, as we mentioned, she won that stacked Polaris Grand Prix recently, which Brianna was in. Had some huge names in that division. So it's no surprise in how well she's doing in this match.
Yeah, I feel like her game has really come together nicely lately. Again, looking for the dart. Brianna's got a nice angle on the knee there, so if she can get her, she can go tap that far ankle, but there now she lost that angle.
And the thing with Brianna sometimes is we've seen this at ADCC where she looks like her guard's about to be passed. She looks like she's about to get choked from this position. But she'll end up just staying in it to the bitter end, and then she sometimes ends up getting on top with the sweep. So she's very tough from this position. Not afraid to get her face smashed, you know, in the process. Not a favorite thing to do, but kind of goes with the territory, unfortunately, in half guard.
Yeah, this Liz is in a good position here again. That right knee needs there. There's the right knee is on the top hip. It's so much better for an arm-in guillotine situation, because even if you get flipped over backwards, you just immediately can Sumigaeshi back to the top.
Just over a minute left in this match. Brianna St. Marie and Elizabeth Clay for the 145-pound Who's Number One championship title. This is Who's Number 120 Night of Champions. And Liz Clay on another attack there. She's got a nice little bite, bringing her arm up. And Brianna trying to use that opportunity to sweep, but Liz Clay, she looks like she's got that neck. Saw Brianna with the thumbs up, so she's okay.
I mean, Liz is in a good spot here. Brianna she keeps working that knee to the floor. It's very close. She's gonna have to just come up at some point. I think if she comes up, she's gonna be in good position to get rid of this strangle, just because of Clay's knees position. Yep, see, well, she'll come up and put her on the ground. If she puts that hip on the floor, it's actually gonna be out of the strangle. So there, Clay kicked out, so that will nullify that position altogether.
Liz not letting go of that neck. 3 seconds left in this match. And that is it. Very tough match.
Yeah.
Very tough match. We saw Liz Clay with the earlier submission attempts. Brianna trying to dominate positionally. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah,
this match has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it was here on the Night of Champions. It truly deserved to be. Saw earlier sweep attempts and leg entanglement attempts from Liz Clay. Pass attempts by Brianna St. Marie. Almost got to that head and arm, possibly almost to the back, but Liz's experience just being shown once again. She's able to recover guard. She worked her way to the top position and started to dominate positionally in the end. We don't know what the judges are going to decide here, but it feels like Liz Clay.
Yeah, I'd say that's a great.
Yeah.
Very even contest.
And your winner, by decision, and new Who's Number One featherweight champion, out of the blue corner, Elizabeth Clay.
Elizabeth Clay is your new 145-pound Who's Number One champion. Very tough match against a very, very tough opponent. Shanji Ribeiro, the legend, putting the strap on Liz Clay here in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting match. Nice little double Kawuchi to up to where we're here right now. Has that body lock, trying to get behind Gabriel Souza. It's a good strategy, as you said. Like just the tactics, the beautiful tactics around to the back right away. You mentioned it, his grappling sort of experience. That was just a beautiful tactical display of a guard pulled to double Kawuchi and then right up on the wrestle up, and now he's on the back here, threatening the back. Gabriel Souza cartwheels out of that. Trying to invert here. Souza with that knee in the middle, trying to get around. That was a good hip switch because that was almost a leg entry there for Diogo Reis. Nearly got in on the leg, but Gabriel Souza switched it out. Now, he's got a good, had a good little gold shoulder pin there, but now right into the Udagatami, shoulder crunch.
The amount of techniques that Diogo and Gabriel are able to chain together is just insane.
Yeah, I mean, that they just threw out so many things all at once.
Yeah.
Just one from another. Diogo tried to lift there to wrestle up on the single, but Gabriel was all over it and kept driving back to his right-hand side. And I mean, a lot going on these exchanges.
Always the questionable restart discussion.
Well, I don't know that Gabriel Souza's head was that low, but like we're gonna get it started anyway.
Yep.
Butterfly guard now. Souza trying to jump that knee in the middle there. Diogo's got to win that battle of that collar tie hand, that one. So you start with winning that first, and then you can start to decide what you want to do, whether you want to invert or bring your legs back in.
Minutes 50 seconds left in this match. Gabriel Souza on top of Diogo Reis. Look at the way Diogo is just elevating him.
Yeah, I think Souza should step over that foot there. That's a little bit better, actually, if Souza comes forward with an underhook.
Very good. Keep that pace. I want you to work with the right leg here. Keep that pace. I want you to keep that pace. Other side. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes.
There it is. Beautiful passing.
Very nice. Big chest. Big chest.
If you get a chance to check out Gabriel Souza's passing system on Jiu-Jitsu X, definitely take a look. He's got some really good tricks there.
Yeah, he chains things together so well.
Yeah.
And he keeps consistent, steady pressure in that.
Yeah, and you know, both Diogo and Gabriel, they're just so the way they change passing attempts, passing directions, left, right, up, down, you know, angles. It's just so fluid. There's no stopping. And as I say that, they went into 145 entanglements.
Yeah, that's right. Now Gabriel's trying to get on that leg. He could just pull on the other leg and slide underneath. There you go. Slide that right leg all the way up and over. Very nice on that short hook situation, but Diogo, yeah, he went right into a knee bar there.
This is the knee bar that you know, he was able to submit Ash Williams with. And Diogo using that opportunity to get on top. I really like how much Gabriel is opening up.
Yeah.
And just in general, in both matches so far, just doing a great job. Just super crisp technique by both of these young men.
Try to keep scooting that hip out to your left. His left, I'll get that overhook a little bit more power, a little bit deeper.
Keep hand fighting here. I want you to control his wrist. I want you to control his wrist here. Good.
Good. Yeah, outside the closed guard of Gabriel Souza. If you've noticed, Gabriel has an overhook and a hug the other leg. He's done it a couple times. He didn't attack it, but there's this sweet little armbar you can do from there. Release that right leg on top. A la Barrett Yoshida. He wasn't able to hit it, but I know that's what he was thinking. I believe that's what he was thinking. Diogo Reis on top.
Got that arm drag again right here on that right side. He's got a good tricep grip. If he grips up to that wrist, he might try to drag that to wrestle up. Now it's starting to get into omoplata territory when the wrist starts getting over to the hip. But
Judges favor red.
So the judges are favoring Diogo Hayes so far. Again, when we hear the judges' favor, it's not necessarily that they're winning like rounds or portions of the match. The match is judged as a whole. So far, this is who the judges feel like are winning. It could absolutely change in the next 5 minutes. Kind of a unique rule set and scoring system that we developed here at Who's Number One, just to kind of keep the non-practitioners who happen to tune in watching to understand who's kind of winning, or people that are new to jiu-jitsu to kind of understand, you know, some of the criteria we have. Otherwise, in a sub-only match, it's really hard to determine. Some of the other events, they'll, you know, put a big emphasis on submission attempts, so you see people get positionally dominated and in the last 20 seconds go for an ankle lock. And that's not what we want to see here. Diogo Hayes continuing to attack. Gabriel Souza now trying to push him away with those legs. Yeah. Nice little arm attack there, trying to invert.
Stacked up there pretty well. So Diogo now putting together some really nice passing, sliding by the knees, getting to the drags.
Get to the back now.
Yep, around to the backside. Bring his head up and to the front. He's going to chase the back. If he does, there's go to the back of the turtle.
Got 8 minutes left here. You're working on hooks here. Watch his hands. Fight!
Sean, when you have the back in this position, what should he be doing? He's trying to put Gabriel's hands to the mat. Should he be looking for like a Kauchigari? What kind of techniques would you be hitting?
You start to circle forward and block the knee. They're trying to circle forward and sort of hit a spiral breakdown, but you can block the knee, and that can cause a different set of change there. He's trying to block the knee and put weight in the hands, but what that can do is also make your training partner stand up, your opponent stand up, and then that's where all those foot sweeps happen. You could do revert but if they're going forward, you're generally going to keep them going forward unless that's a beautiful technique. You're going to do forward pressured takedowns per se and keep them forward. So as they start standing back up, you can actually take them backwards really easy, and then all the sort of the things that happen with that. You can use forward style takedowns to create reactions. He's tried to turn his hip right there.
So that was a roll out by Gabriel.
And you can see
same position now.
Yeah, and you can see how, wow, now he got in deep on the leg. Let's see if he can use this. But Diogo does a really nice job on that roll through, just to let the legs go and guide the legs by, and almost did a guard pass. Did that on his first match as well. Should be out now. Just by the side there. Got to drop the chest now. You see when the shoulder line gets past that 90-degree line, now he's got it. Now he's got the shoulder line flat. You can see.
It looks like he's causing some frustration on Gabriel here.
Oh, yeah.
Gabriel is like, it's like he kind of went up for a buggy choke, let it go. Then he rolled out, and he's kind of giving up that head and arm there. And Diogo's, look at that. Look at the footwork there.
That's beautiful. Is that underhook? He transferred over to the other side, turned it into a far side underhook. He's got to watch this punch out now. Yeah.
And Diogo, he's tangling those arms. He's searching for the arm. You saw it earlier on twice in his first match, but now looking for the back. Gabriel almost spins out. Diogo trying to mount. Gabriel back on top. My gosh, the pace of these two.
Yeah. Those last several exchanges were definitely in Diogo's favor, so really nice passing, near back takes.
Gabriel with a nice little slide by, trying to get to the back now. Diogo throws him over, has the arm and almost look. Oh, and Gabriel with the arm entanglement, the Kimura trap, had the armbar there for a sec.
Dead. Very close.
So the judges are favoring Diogo, but that last exchange happened right at the time where they made their decision. I wonder how they're really thinking about this right now. That was tight.
That was.
If I'm not mistaken, that was probably one of the closest submissions of the match.
Keep pushing forward. Once you wipe that right leg out. Once you wipe that right leg out. Let's go. Right now. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
To the front head arm. So a trip. To the back. See if Gabriel can stay sticky enough here. I like that right underhook. He's got to keep Diogo from turning. That's what that hand clasp was trying to do. Let's see if he just loops his leg over to the mount too.
Diogo back on top.
Yeah, beautiful recovery.
4 minutes left.
Right knee back in. Right knee back in. Let's go. Frame away. Create space. Bring that right knee back in. Let's keep moving. 45 left here. Space here. Let's go butterfly hook.
Diogo with his hands clasped.
Yes, dig it in, dig it in. Shots are working towards your left hip now. Let's go. Jack him up with the underhook. Hit to the left hip. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Ken's got that the near side underhook on the right.
Let's go. Keep moving forward. Keep working. Keep working. Let's go.
His head position was a little off, so Gabriel could clear him out.
3 minutes left.
Yeah, 3 minutes here. 3 minutes here. Let's go.
You know, I will say this, in both the 170 and the 145 pound bracket, all of the matches have been amazing. Even the athletes that lost really put their ass on the line here.
Oh, yeah.
And we definitely want that type of attitude and that kind of performance here at Who's Number One. So it doesn't matter who wins or loses this match. I'm really looking forward to having both men back here at Who's Number One. And in the Night of Champions, you know, let's see who becomes our first champion of these 4-man brackets that we put together. We did the Who's Number One championship a couple of years ago, decided to kind of go with the 4-man. It was a grueling long format we did back in the day. And that was initially to crown our first ever real champions of Who's Number One. And, you know, we had some divisions that didn't have any belted champs, and we're trying to, you know, fill all of those divisions as we progress throughout the year. We have a bunch of Who's Number One announcements to make coming up with our next event real soon, and then our schedule will be announced for the new year. And don't forget, guys, a ton of other amazing grappling shows on FloGrappling. We got the ADCC trials coming up, you know, Quintet, Who's Number One, IBJJF, BJJ Stars, just so many amazing events. And then, of course, the Big Daddy ADCC Worlds next year. We got IBJJF Worlds and the first ever IBJJF Crown coming this November. So no shortage of grappling and jiu-jitsu action on FloGrappling.
We saw, I think, you know, Gabriel just got put out of position. He really committed to the Kimura that gave him success early, but it was a different position there. And Diogo's able to capitalize on that whole scenario. Tries to throw that underhook by, does Gabriel Souza.
Oh, beautiful flying triangle attempt there off the takedown, but just slipped right out.
Yeah, I think Diogo saw it coming, dipped his head down.
Fight! On the attack, Gabriel, on the attack. That leg here, let's go.
50 seconds left and we will announce our first 145-pound champion here of Who's Number One on the celebration of Helio Gracie's birthday. To respect to the legend, Grand Maestre Helio. What a championship it has been. What an event this has been. Once again, for you guys watching at home, if you're having a Who's Number One watch party, snap a pic, put it on your Instagram, add Who's Number One Champs, hashtag in the description. Let's take a look and see who the audience is here. In this finals match, Diogo Hayes feels like he is about 20 seconds left to becoming the first ever champion of the 145-pound class here at Who's Number One.
Yeah, I think so. Gabriel try to switch, trying to Kimura now.
Rolls out. We talk about the experience. We talk about the maturity. We talk about the mat IQ of Diogo Hayes and Gabriel Souza. Both exceptional grapplers. You see Luta Livre legend Hugo Duarte in the crowd on the right there. The man who fought Rickson Gracie on a beach in Brazil. Star-studded event here. Let's take a look at the replay. Tons of action as we anticipated in this 145-pound final. We saw Gabriel going for that knee bar attack on Diogo Hayes. Similar to what he did against Keith Krikorian. Diogo Hayes using the opportunity to get on top.
Doing a great job getting the north-south there off that pass.
Beautiful passing attempt there by Gabriel Souza. One of the best passers at 145. Diogo just dumps him over. Almost went for the arm there. And then Gabriel reversed it into a Kimura trap. Beautiful armbar exchange there. And then a flying triangle exchange. That was an awesome match.
Yeah, it was.
Looking at the replay, I have no idea who won at this point.
And your winner, by unanimous decision, and new Who's Number One 145-pound champion, out of the red corner, Diogo Hayes.
All right, here we go. Rafaela Guedes and Nacheli Jesus. Very, very big contrast in styles. Nacheli known as a really consummate guard player, and Rafaela very aggressive on the feet. Yeah. Very, very aggressive. I repeat, very aggressive.
You're right, you're right. Nacheli, I think, needs to find her guard and then work from there. That's very, very good tactic for her.
Yes.
Yep.
And you know, no penalties because there's no points for Nacheli sitting. You know, but this is where we normally see Nacheli play from. And you know, they have known each other for quite some time. They trained a long time ago. They told me, but they've never faced off in competition. So, especially Nogi. So this is very interesting. We have not seen this happen before. Looks like Rafaela may have taken a shot to the face there.
On the way in.
Yeah. Hopefully she's all right. So as we mentioned, Rafaela Guedes, originally from Manaus, Brazil, fighting out of San Diego, California, representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu, current heavyweight Who's Number One champion, first place IBJJF World Nogi, double golded. She also double golded at the Pans in 2020, Pan Nogi at 2020 as well. Nacheli Jesus, representing Rodrigo Pinheiro from the San Antonio, like so many world championships, double golds, World Nogi champion, Pan Am champion. So these are two of the greatest female grapplers in the world right now, especially in the heavier weight class. And you know, it's just awesome to see this in the Night of Champions here at Who's Number One.
think we'll see Nachieli just do that exactly what she tried. That's her game plan. 2-on-1 on one arm. Get the legs going up.
Nachieli had that amazing match against Gabby Garcia a while back. I mean, it feels like about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and it was #1. That was one of the first people to give Gabby a loss here at Who's Number One, and it was Nachieli's first professional no-gi grappling match.
And I would say that if Nachieli has to watch for anything, it might be a leg attack. She typically, her legs are dangly. Like that's just the style of guard that she likes, and she's good at it. But they do hang around. So,
and she throws like that. You know, she's a big lasso player.
Yeah, she is. This is like what her guard. She's good here.
Yeah.
But she will have to be somewhat cautious, and I'm sure she knows that. Close guard is where I think she would really love to be.
Rafaela Geddes being coached by Lucas Pinheiro, who's #1 veteran, and Nachieli coached by her husband Manuel Hibamar, Rodrigo Pinheiro, coach, and a little daughter in the corner. Family affair.
Yeah, that's cool. She can put that left shin to shin to try to get that combat base knee out of there. It's a good tactic to play. Move that leg. This is a fast leg attack, but
yeah. So even when she Rafaela disengages, Nachieli's using those long legs just to kind of circle back in. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it looks like she took another shot to the face there.
To the eye, maybe.
Yeah.
I think.
Rafaela's eye, like, she's motionless. That's hurting for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was a foot come over the
it's
top.
And she asked for the match to start again.
There's a quick arm lock coming.
Yeah, with that overhook, she's got the leg length and flexibility just to lace her foot out front. Maybe she doesn't even need the right angle, but she can create an angle if she can swing that foot over using those long legs.
Nice little reverse wrist tie. Good position to get the arm out of outside into an overhook position. You can arm drag from there. You can also attack the other arm from there. Legs are climbing up. This is where Nachieli wants this match here. She's going to try to create an angle with the legs over the shoulder. Would help a lot. Fast, Rafaela.
Yeah.
Really quickly just scoop the leg and.
Rafaela, obviously representing Atos. She's got one of the most stacked training rooms in the entire world.
Yeah.
Professor Andre Galvão, with the Rotolo brothers, Cade and Ty, Lucas Barboza, Kainan Duarte, Ronaldo Jr., Lucas Pinheiro, Angelica Galvão, you name it. Sarah Galvão now out there. It's crazy.
A leg attempt, and then Nachieli just slid her foot right out.
Interesting judges' favor for Nachieli Jesus so far.
Here's that 2-on-1.
See the corner there? Nachieli's daughter cheering for support there. And Hibamar. And you know, how frustrating must it be for the athletes to hear when they hear the judge's favor, they know it's against them, right?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's a good thing for them, too.
Motivates them.
Motivates them. It gives them a nice sense of what's going on, so that they can actually take action and do something about it.
And I think sometimes that surprise element is what's needed in some grappling matches, because if they know they're up on points, that's when you see some athletes, dare I say, stall, or you know, try to ride the clock a little bit. But when they don't know who's winning, that's when you start to see them open up and, you know, get a little more aggressive. It's kind of the idea of the judge's favor as well, as also to educate the viewer. But back in the action here. Shelley trying to recover. Fiala on top, stalking. So when you have a lasso player, somebody with long legs, and you're more of a top player, what kind of passing methodology would you encourage people to utilize? In my opinion, it feels like trying to get double under would be the right thing to do. Easier said than done because of how flexible Nacchielli is.
Yeah, and that's clearly what Rafael Geddes is trying. That's a nice little sweep she hit there. She tried it earlier. She hit it perfectly there. Let's see if she can stay on the top. Oh, yes. Nearly. Let's see if she, oh, yes. And this is good for Nacchielli.
Wow, Nacchielli going to the back now, falling off to the side. Great exchange there.
I think she got in a little bit of a hurry there. I think she lost her patience just a bit, and she got to the turtle. It was a very good opportunity. And she was a little excited to try to get on the back there and got countered by Fiala. But yeah, you also, besides, you know, you use knee cuts up the middle to set out outside passing, and but double unders are a great way to do it if you can get their heels pinned over their head or get underneath there. Or get inside the legs or in front of the knees. And you see Rafael trying to keep that right knee in the middle. Daly has that foot on the hip. Overwrap. De La Riva.
Yeah, so far it feels like Nacchielli's back take attempt, you know, is going to help her with the judge's favor. That was a very similar exchange to when she took the back of Gabby Garcia.
Yeah.
Although she was not able to stabilize it like she did against Gabby Garcia, but it was a very similar circumstance. Nacchielli's got this game where she's able to kind of do enough to kind of be active, but also frustrate the top person and kind of force them to try to pass, and that's when she, you know, gets a sweep. And she may not even complete the sweep, but she'll work to the back off it. She's very, very experienced. Here it is again, nice sweep attempt there.
Third time. First time was almost. Second time was
the double leg shootout, a la Marcelo Garcia, Rico Rodriguez, 2005. I haven't seen that one in a while. That was nice.
Very nice.
Marcelo actually puts both feet behind the knees, and she hooked them, but very reminiscent.
Yep, you can put the feet behind the ankles, a la Leo Vieira. You can put the feet behind the knees. You can put the two hooks in.
That was a nice back take.
Yes, it was. And again, just that inside De La Riva sweep.
Yeah.
2 successful attempts, 2 for 3 on that one for her. And this time, she looks much more patient now. She's got this position. She can take her time to break Geddes down instead of being in a hurry to throw the hooks in. And Rafael needs to get those hips outside of the leg there. She's got to circle to her right while she's hand fighting. Get her hips away from the legs. Looks like she wants to roll to the guard, but she got to, the head down is fine. Circle the hips to the right. Starts giving you a lot of options to get back to your guard or roll. She rolls through.
All right, Naccielli wins. Gets the second judge's favorite call. Now inside the close guard of Rafaela.
Gialli looking for the inside ties.
Rafaela trying to bring Naccielli down, right? Trying to break that posture. Naccielli doing a great job of fending off the arms.
Yeah. And this is what I don't think this is a bad strategy for Rafaela, but it's just to exit and stand up. But she sort of opened the guard quite slow right there and allowed Naccielli to come into this knee cutting position. There's a single. That's a good idea.
Nice sweep by Rafaela.
Yep.
Beautiful omoplata attempt there by Naccielli. Of course, you know, sweeps, you know, they're taken into consideration, but more so dominance of position, I think, will account in the actual decision. But Rafaela back on top, and I think that's where she prefers to be.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got to start to make some more concerted efforts to either go through with the knee in the middle or use the knee in the middle as a distraction to move around the outside, even hugging the legs, getting the shoulder into the hip, and starting to lock in at the hips. And that will get her above the knee. She's got to either make a move to get deep in there or move around, lift the feet up. I like that. She did. She went, but she stepped in with her foot first. And
now attacking the foot once again. Naccielli's distance, control, engagement, and like the way she's able to just like kind of time her positions is really very impressive. Rafaela's biting that ankle, but it feels like she's trying to force a spin, just like we just saw, to get something, but just kind of unable to follow through with that. She's got to watch with that knee cut, because those long legs.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said earlier, that left leg could lace underneath the shin and elevate. And just doing that reverse De La Riva sweep attempt once again. That's like number 4.
Stuffed through for a triangle, it looked like, for a minute. She's really doing a good job of staying busy, attacking the posture and the arms.
Minute 30 seconds left in this matchup. Rafa now getting to the back position. Naccielli spinning out. Rafaela trying to maintain the back. Rafaela. Naccielli was able to escape.
Fighting to the top. She makes it to the top. Rafaela with the near back take, but Naccielli recovered. She went on a leg for a minute, and as Gaddis pulled her leg out, she was able to come up with that.
That was probably the biggest opportunity for her in that match, was that back take. But Naccielli did, she had a lot of reserve gas and scrambled like crazy to get out, because she felt the danger there for sure. 35 seconds left in this match. Naccielli on top, gets to the back again of Rafaela.
Hips are high. She could try to jump over the legs, could Rafaela, but she's got to free that right foot. Now she's getting turned. This is good for Naccielli. She can keep pulling her backwards.
Look how that right leg is trapped. Rafaela's, and she goes to the choke at the final 10. Getting a little little spicy towards the end of the mat there. It's getting a little chippy. This has been a great match.
Yeah, it is.
And that is it. Who will be match? Very tough match.
Yeah, no, I think.
Let's take a look at the replay, guys. Powered by Tezos, Nachiele Jesus, and Rafaela. Rafaela with some aggressive knee cut attempts. Took a shot to the face earlier on. A lot of scrappy passing attempts.
Yep.
Sweep attempts by Nachiele. Able to get to the top position. Worked her way to the back, off the turtle. A lot of nice scrambles off the back take.
That's right.
And we saw that Marcelo Garcia style back take attempt with the modified hooks and the legs. Rafaela insisting, trying to get to that. This was the moment that could have won her this match.
Yeah.
You know, working her way to the back, but Nachiele was able to put that pedal on the gas tank and just scrambled her way out of there.
And your winner, by unanimous decision, and new Who's Number One heavyweight champion out of the blue corner, Nachiele de Jesus.
Nachiele de Jesus is the new heavyweight Who's Number One champion. Very impressive match against Rafaela Guedes from Altos Jiu-Jitsu. Incredible performance. All right, here we go. Mika Galvão versus PJ Barch for the 170-pound finals of the Who's Number One Night of Champions. It's been an amazing card so far.
It has. You got to watch the flying arm locks here for PJ as well, and these collar ties. Nice little Casoda to it.
Oh.
Nice duck under by PJ Barch. Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, maybe he hit his head or something. I'm not sure. He said he was got a little bit. It looked like he.
No, I think he
nearly passed out. He said. I don't know if he hit his head or.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay there and see what happened. I couldn't tell if maybe his knee popped or if he hit his head on the concrete. Let's see here.
I think he hit. He looked like he almost face planted there. Hard to tell from that angle, but yeah, he was dizzy. It's not a knee problem. It's something happened that he was literally dizzy. Like
he stumbled after, so that's why I thought it was the knee.
Yeah, got his bell rung.
But he said he's okay.
Yeah,
he's ready to go.
Oh, good. Let's see if they hit. Yeah, hit heads. He hit heads and then face planted.
Bumped heads, yeah.
Bumped heads. Probably hit right on the temple. Foot sweep again by. There's that arm lock.
Oh, beautiful flying armbar attempt by Mika Galvão. Gets the arm, and he's got it, and he gets a submission. Mika Galvão is the Who's Number One 170-pound champion.
Yes.
Wow.
There it was. You can underhooks don't really matter when you got a flying arm lock that you can get your hips sideways. Collar ties, very, very dangerous.
Man, that was so impressive. Big props to PJ Barch for stepping up and replacing an injured Andrew Taka. Let's take a look at the replay. You know, this match was definitely a lot faster than we thought it was.
There it is.
But there it is. Flying armbar off that overhook. Mika Galvão turns him and finishes him. Mika Galvão, there it is one more time. Flying armbar with the overhook. Spins out, rotates PJ, tries to spin out, and he was not able to make the J-Rod escape. No. Gets submitted, and is your new 170-pound champion here at Who's Number One.
And your winner by submission and new 170-pound champion out of the red corner, Mika Galvão.
Mika Galvão is your new 170-pound Who's Number One champion.
Yeah, so again, what I was saying is the tactics. It's really
offering his leg to Andre Galvão.
It's the last layer.
It's just so many different things that we saw. And I think, you know, parallel to what we used to see with Marcelo Garcia, every time you see Gordon Ryan compete, especially at ADCC, at Who's Number One in these highest level competitions, you see a new bag of tricks. You see new techniques that he wants to display and show everyone why he's so dominant. And one of the reasons he wanted this match was to demonstrate how much better he has improved his game over all of his competitors in the course of the last 5 years. You know, Gaudio took him to the limit, and you know, Gordon even said it. Hey, if you had a couple extra grips, maybe if you got an advantage, you would have beat me. It was that close.
Yeah. Yeah, Gordon very heavy on the head. There's some foot sweeps coming. You can see he's trying to walk him to get this foot sweep on this right side. So if they walk to that left side, he can catch that foot called Diashi Ride. It looks like what he's looking for at the moment, to be really honest. Is Gordon. It's a right-sided foot sweep if he's walking to the left. And he's got to get that rhythm going. But then again, he's heavy on the head, heavy on the head. Gaudio needs to take that, get on the elbow.
Gordon Ryan, the current heavyweight Who's Number One champion, undefeated here at Who's Number One. First place ADCC in 2017, double gold in 2019. Won the heavyweight and super fight in 2022. Made history to the first person to ever do that. Also won the World Nogi double gold back in 2018. We see the corner of John Danaher and Mr. Gary Tonin in the corner of Gordon Ryan. Gary Tonin, also a Who's Number One veteran.
Yeah, but again, what I was saying was tactics is what make you win, right? So, but you could contrast like winning by an advantage with tactics or something like this versus winning by submission with tactics, because your opponent just has no idea of what you're going to do, and you throw a curveball, but you're already exceptional at submissions. It's some. I don't believe that winning was really that important to Gordon early on. There's a nice arm drag into a double finish.
Swatted Gaudio down.
Yeah, I did.
And that's something that Gaudio does. That's a very common takedown. He'll pick up that single and just swat that head and get his opponents down. But he was not able to do it earlier to Gordon, and Gordon gave him a taste of his own medicine. Now Gaudio trying to teeter Gordon from that half guard position. He couldn't even move him.
No, he tried to get underneath there, but Gordon is very big, heavy, good with his base.
Somebody yelling out, "What's in the box?"
Well, let's see. Is there ghost technique? So a good cross face coming on. You see Gordon's hand in the middle of the back. If he chooses to put that in there, and he'll put his weight right onto his hand. And Gaudio needs that wrist, and needs to get his leg back in there, get some of the weight off, because right now he's just carrying Gordon's weight.
And you know, Gaudio is not necessarily a bottom player. He likes to kind of create distance, scramble, get back to his feet. He's got some good sweeps, more so in the gi. I think no-gi really, really favors the top position. But Gordon is just, you know, being very clinical here, shutting him down with that crossface.
Yeah, he's in good position now. Gordon's gonna, he doesn't have his right underhook. He doesn't need it if gets Gaudio this flat, and then he'll be able to push, start to open up that right knee.
Here, the voice of Julio Cesar.
Come on, Gordon, I got 20 grand in the first 5 minutes. Let's go.
Walking is Gordon to that right side, which is what he needs to do. Gaudio has the underhook, but he's got to get on his side. He can't be flat. He's going to carry this weight, and this is a very exhausting place to be when you're carrying somebody's weight that's this level. Now he's got the head arm grip. He's going to hip up, hip down, and either knee cut or just go right to the mount. And now he's really got his grip locked well.
Gaudio training with Victor Honorio, one of his teammates. Big dude, big grappler. He's also got some really good wrestling. You know, the GF team in general, known for having, you know, tremendous top players, producing so many world champions, Rodolfo Vieira, guys like Ricardo Evangelista, so many more. So, you know, Patrick had no shortage of good training in Brazil. And his match is actually supposed to happen a little bit while ago, a couple months back. So Gaudio's kind of had this idea of a Gordon Ryan match for quite some time, and he's preparing for it.
Was going to get his back taken here in a second. He's got the right arm pass to the other side. Gordon can basically chair sit or continue to look for this underhook here, gift wrap, and just keep mounting him. He's going to turn him. There, Gaudio did the right thing, but now Gordon could dig his underhook on his right arm or take the back with the right arm under.
And that back step, very reminiscent when he submitted Mateus Diniz, kind of ended up in that saddle position, went for the leg lock. And Gordon kind of opted out of that. Yeah, I think he's got some other plans here.
Yeah, I think he's going to wear Gaudio out. You know, he's in great position to keep doing this, just pummeling his underhooks, knee cutting, then mounting. There it is. He's going to walk that right hand up. Yep. The head is on that near side just to avoid this, the deep half guard, right? So Gordon could circle all the way around the head now, push the head down, move the knee all the way over. He's going to elect to just sprawl with a crossface.
I can't tell what would be more frustrating, and nor do I ever want to experience it. Gordon with a crossface, passing your half guard or on your back with a turn naked choke with legs tangling your arms. Yeah. Both got to be probably the most excruciatingly frustrating positions there could be.
Your hair looks awesome, Gordon!
Underhook on this side will give, again,
Mother's milk!
Let's go,
Mother's milk!
People are calling for the mother's milk, the smother choke. They're calling for it. I kind of feel like that's what he's going to do.
It's possible.
I kind of feel like that's what he's trying to set up. And there it is, sort of. But it looks like he's,
He's just going to get ready to pass the half guard again here with this underhook or take the back.
Gordon just clinical in his positioning.
Yep.
Tons of pressure. And, you know, he's got that far underhook.
Yeah,
pretty interesting grip.
And then what he's doing with the legs is killing off the deep half. When he's stepping back and sitting on the knees like that, essentially it's killing off the deep half guard. Gaudio needs to bump forward hard and get rid of that pressure with of his head. See if Gordon's still going for the crossface rather than this left underhook.
Gordon's got like a tripod position up top. Now changing the angle, just continuing to look like he's trying to just wear Gaudio.
Yeah, it's exhausting, this battle right here. He's going to get the underhook. He's got head and arm. He's going to pass them out. He potentially could pass them out. The head goes to the near side there to avoid the deep half guard. Now he's got near side underhook, so he's definitely going to mount. Yeah. And this will set up Katagatami if he wants. He'll walk those underhooks up, and when Gaudio chooses to bridge to one side, he's lost an arm anyway, he's let his arm out. But you could also walk those arms up and have to, essentially your opponent puts themselves in it when they bridge, but Katagatami is coming, and you could say the smother choke is coming too. They can come from the same position.
People are calling for the mother's milk.
Well, there it is. So, yep.
Sean, explain how you execute the mother's milk.
The smother choke. Yeah, I mean, you walk your legs up high. It's just from a mount situation, and it's essentially when someone is very tired and it does asphyxiate them, but you put the center of their face in the center of your chest. Favor. And then you're going to isolate their head. You hold their head, and they literally can't move left nor right, and they begin running out of oxygen, essentially. And it's a legit move from the mount. It's definitely not for everybody. It's generally you have to be able to hold your training partner on their back for long enough to be able to do that. But it's something that Renzo did way back in the day. He loved it. So it's been around our team for a very long time.
So I gotta ask, did Renzo ever hit the mother's milk on you?
He did, yeah. And I got a mouthful of sweat in the process, like you inhale, but basically waterboarded myself. But yes, he has. Yes, he loved it. So it's something that's been around for a very long time in our camp.
Man, it's just every movement that Gaudio makes, Gordon is just countering, countering. And now look at that.
He's several steps ahead here with the underhooks, and he's going to pummel the underhook.
He's clearly has a mission and intention with the submission. He had a nice Kimura trap.
Yeah.
Let go essentially, and he's looking to submit in how he wants here.
Again, he's got that right leg back there, sitting on the knee to avoid the deep half. There's the wrist control there, so he's going to have the backs. Like, could even put a left underhook and have essentially a very, very good ride from the back. Gaudio's running out of steam pretty quickly here. Like I said, it's exhausting when you have this pressure on you.
And again, it's hard. Like, how much defense can you freaking train against a guy like Gordon Ryan? You know what I mean? Like, how much of your camp is focused on defense and escapes and counters? And the toughest part is you don't know what you're going to be countering because he changes his game every time he competes. Yeah. You can train your A game, but A games aren't good enough.
Yeah, that's right. You have to understand these positions. It's going to go underneath. You'll see he chose to let it go. So when he gets that wrist right on that far side, he could also go underneath on the near side as well with an underhook. You've got Katagatami, all kinds of good stuff set up there.
Did you see that little pin that he did with his legs, kind of shin to shin, like had like a Toriano on the shins and then just draped his knee and shin across it, just slid right into side control. On belly position, looking for that far arm again.
Yeah, he's going to
just
to
control.
Yep, he's going to go to the mount again, or could anyway. Here comes Katagatami, or smother choke. Come from here. Katagatami if he wants it.
Well, what we can say is this match is very different than their first encounter. Yeah. 5 years back, and doesn't matter what happens. He's proven his point that he has improved by tremendous leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah. The double underhooks, and I mean he just kind of there's the Katagatami. Pretty much take this if he wanted to. Gaudio's going to have to circle the left arm over the top or run this way. Give him the back. Because he circles the left arm over the top, he's not quite out. He's just going to run into an underhook again. And so it's better for him to give the back at this point. Now here comes an arm isolation.
And this is the clinical, you know, Gordon Ryan traps, uses those long legs. Now going for that Kimura trap, attacking the arm is Gordon Ryan. Trying to break that grip with his legs.
There it is.
Beautiful armbar by Gordon Ryan, gets the submission. Gordon Ryan submits Patrick Gaudio with an arm bar here at Who's Number One Night of Champions. The King is back,
Yeah.
and he just dominated the Lion, Patrick Gaudio, for 15 minutes before submitting him with an arm bar. Wow.
Yeah, he is just on another level, and
Gaudio was game for this match. He prepared for it for quite some time. But as we said, Gordon is just on another level.
yeah.
Take a look at the replay here. Here's the final moments of the match. Kimura grip from Gordon, used that his long legs for that one triangle. Was able to get to the back end. To work to that position from the leg trap. Steps over the head. Clinical attacks. Beautiful submission.
Figure four, the legs there. Right, turn it into a pillow arm, essentially. Hook the leg behind the head.
All right, here we go. Gaudio making his way. We're going to get the official verdict here from our announcer.
And your winner, by submission, and still, Who's Number One Heavyweight Champion, the King, Gordon Ryan.